Imagine waking up 30 years from now and realizing that the biggest financial opportunity of your life wasn't a high paying job, a lucky investment, or a secret money trick. It was something much simpler, something you could start today with just a few dollars. But here's the scary part: most people ignore it. They spend their 20s chasing quick money, waiting for the perfect time to invest, and telling themselves they'll start when they earn more. Then one day they look back and realize they missed the one force that could have changed everything. That force is called compounding. Compounding is the reason ordinary people have built extraordinary wealth. It's how a small investment can slowly transform into something massive over decades. Think about it. A tiny snowball rolling down a hill doesn't look impressive at first, but as it keeps moving, it collects more snow, becomes bigger, and gains momentum. Money works the same way. The problem? Most people quit before they ever see the snowball grow. And today, we're going to uncover exactly how compounding works, why time is your greatest financial advantage, and how small decisions you make now can completely change your future. Because by the end of this video, you'll understand why starting small today can be more powerful than starting big tomorrow. But first, you need to understand the biggest mistake people make with money. Point 1. Why time beats money. When people think about building wealth, they usually focus on one thing: how much money can I invest? But the smarter question is, how much time can I give my money? Because compounding doesn't reward the person who starts with the most money. It rewards the person who starts the earliest. For example, imagine two people. Person A starts investing $200 every month at age 25. Person B waits until age 35 and invests $400 every month. Even though person B invests twice as much money every month, person A can still end up ahead because their money had an extra decade to grow. That's the hidden power of time. A dollar invested today doesn't just become $1, it creates returns. Those returns create more returns, and eventually your money starts working harder than you do. Think about it this way. Your money is like a tiny employee. Would you rather hire that employee today and let it work for 40 years? Or wait 20 years and ask it to somehow catch up? Exactly. The clock is already running, and every year you delay is a year your future self can never get back. But time alone isn't enough. You also need to understand the second rule of compounding. Point 2, the small amounts that create massive results. One of the biggest myths about investing is that you need a lot of money to begin. You don't. The people who build wealth usually don't start with huge amounts, they start with consistency. A small investment made regularly can become powerful because growth builds on previous growth. Imagine investing $100 every month. At first, it might not look exciting. After a few months, you might think, that's it? And honestly, yes. At the beginning, compounding feels boring. It's like planting a tree. For years, nothing dramatic happens above the ground, but underneath, the roots are getting stronger. Then suddenly, growth accelerates. Nobody plants a tree today and screams tomorrow, "Where are my apples?" But people expect their investments to double overnight. Money doesn't work like a lottery ticket, it works like a machine. Slowly, quietly, powerfully. The people who win are usually the ones patient enough to let the machine run. But there's another reason most people never experience this. Point 3, the enemy of compounding: human behavior. The biggest threat to your wealth isn't always the market. Sometimes it's your own emotions. Fear makes people sell when prices fall. Excitement makes people chase unrealistic opportunities. Impatience makes people quit before their money has time to grow. Compounding requires something most people struggle with: patience. Because wealth creation is not usually a dramatic movie scene. It's thousands of small decisions repeated over time. The boring things: saving consistently, investing regularly, avoiding unnecessary debt, learning about money. The world celebrates overnight success stories. But behind many successful investors are decades of discipline nobody saw. Nobody uploads a viral video saying, "I invested consistently for 25 years and avoided bad decisions." Because that doesn't sound exciting, but that's often how real wealth is created. And now comes the part most people misunderstand. Because compounding doesn't just grow your money, it can completely change your lifestyle. Point 4, the future lifestyle. Compounding can create financial freedom is not just about having a bigger bank account. It's about having choices. The choice to leave a job you hate, the choice to spend more time with family, the choice to take opportunities without constantly worrying about money. Compounding gives your future self options. The money you invest today is not just buying assets, it's buying freedom. Imagine your future self looking back and being grateful that you started when it was uncomfortable, that you invested when the amount felt small, that you stayed consistent when nobody was watching. Because the biggest financial decisions are often invisible in the beginning. A few $100s invested today won't impress anyone, but decades later, it might become the reason your life looks completely different. And there is one final lesson about compounding that separates successful investors from everyone else. Point 5, start before you feel ready. Most people wait. They wait for a higher salary. They wait for the perfect market. They wait until they know everything. But perfection is one of the biggest enemies of progress. You don't need to know everything to start learning. You don't need thousands of dollars to begin building the habit. You need a plan. You need consistency. And you need time. The best time to start investing was years ago. The second best time is today, because your future wealth depends on decisions your present self makes. The power of compounding is simple. Small actions, repeated consistently, over a long period of time. That's how ordinary investments become extraordinary wealth. The difference between people who build wealth and people who don't is often not intelligence. It's starting. It's staying consistent. It's allowing time to do what time does best. Remember, a small seed can become a massive tree. A small investment can become financial freedom, and a small decision today can completely change your future. The question is, will your future self thank you for the decision you make today, or will they wish you started sooner? The choice begins now. If you found this video valuable, subscribe for more videos about building wealth, investing smarter, and creating a financially free future, and comment below, I'm starting today. Because the first step toward massive wealth is often the smallest one.